Greetings, cyber citizens. Cali Joe from North Carolina, July 6, 2025. As we've been doing prison education, and it's important for rehabilitation and reentry for public.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
Go to goodmorningamerica.com to the Deals and Steals search for Slatkin and Company or AscentWorks to find benefits for those with autism and for those interested in working with autism. More on that in a minute. So, as we were going on a root cause impediment for education, the impact of climate change, with the impact on the ability to concentrate, focus, and study. Thus, prison infrastructure and our children's school infrastructure are also equally important. To get the most out of our time, energy, and resources, let's focus today on the needs of our children and educators first. It's important to ask, how can we not take serious the impact of climate change on the children who are leaders of tomorrow's world? So, cyber citizens, are you ready for social and criminal justice networking and solutions? My experience with the prison condition of confinement, infrastructure, disrepair, and failure to maintain or upkeep facilities leads to impacting both prisoner and staff in many various ways. With this experience, in my attempt to study ADOVA, content was impacted by excessive heat. First, by such an overwhelming power grid causing power outages. The second, the impact of heat intolerance on those with medications or disabilities, mental health or other. Now, it may seem like government employees are deliberately indifferent. In this nation, our facilities, infrastructures, and other infrastructure are not able to accommodate or protect for climate change as they currently are. And there are schools for our children that still do not have air conditioning, which is kind of important to think about there. What should we then say? Find the root cause of our infrastructure defects being in such poor condition while blaming and pointing fingers, or prioritize what areas of our education sector to protect, such as violence and safety, teachers' pay, food and nutrition, general health, the curriculum, and sports. But what more important to be recognized in this situation? Sports, graduation rates, awards for being the best, or maintaining the facilities, infrastructure, and the fiscal responsibility so you don't have to spend 10 times as much towards building a whole entire new facility. Can it be possible that an impediment to our school infrastructure fall in line with a typical school year in August and May, where excessive heat is often June to August, but PTA and school board meetings are not often in session during summer vacation? Let's not forget, it's not just excessive heat that we should protect. Our children need extreme cold. There are children for drills of school violence, earthquakes, fire, tornado. How do we prepare our children for the failure to maintain the facility, leading to unnecessary impediments? Another angle to look at it from. For children within the autism spectrum or other disabilities, our autistic children engaging the school system have enough sensory overload when dealing with socializing, maintaining, to interact with peers and professionals. Though autistics may excel at book smarts, this too can be impeded when infrastructure defects give rise to disturbing the school day. Though one of these young autistics will more likely be the person of tomorrow creating the needed solution and change. But why wait? Cyber citizens, are you ready to join? I apologize. Cyber citizens, are you ready for my asking you of too much right now? And I would like to ask you a lot in this situation, but not for self. Let's network with our nation's meteorologists, encouraging data with open dialogue for past, present, and future forecasting of impact on the school year with excessive heat, cold, and other areas. Meteorologists are scientists that can lend credible information, and their input on our children's needs with educational, institutional, facility infrastructure, and climate change should be given to aid in public safety and policy for the voter and for the elected, while also networking with criminal justice law enforcement on balancing school safety funding with the importance of maintaining school infrastructure as well. What impact will climate change have when children require emergency services to be transported to hospital while maintaining facility security with such chaos in the moment of excessive heat, for example? What other risks can law enforcement forecast with infrastructure defects on safety and security? It's not always a person with a gun. Lastly, we're also networking with pediatricians, medical and mental health professionals concerning medications and excessive heat and cold impact, plus other matters for autism and other disabilities.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
And if you look at examples of corporations out there right now, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Philadelphia Children's Medical Centers join together to help those with autism, as seen on Good Morning America. So, as I was saying, with the general healthier children who have no disabilities, when heat or excessive cold can hinder one's ability to study, think, or excel, with education for citizens and politicians, for public policy initiatives on public health and safety. What say you? Is this worth networking over? Now let's discuss the Good Morning America Autism Education Opportunity. The owners of Scentwork, SCENTWORK, by Slatkin, SLNTKIN, and Company, along with the companies of Nest, Eekman, Super Smile, and Rose Farmers, will go to autism support. Now, the gist appears to be that if you give 800 hours to helping people with autism, that they will pay for your education. Log on to goodmorningamerica.com and Slatkin and Company to find out more details. I know my social media host, Kendra, and I just recorded a request in this area and submitted it to Robin Roberts and GMA for further inquiry, because the work we do is important to social and criminal justice. Plus, for a complete stranger to help an autistic with little to no money can't be ignored. True, the same goes for Jay Renee at Prison Radio Riot, bringing you Cali Joe or listening. That hopefully be a future discussion for her benefits of that as well. Finally, we make it to the WNBA news that we haven't done in a while. For July 6th, 2025, the game, Storm versus Liberty, where the Storm won, like you wouldn't believe. Shout out to CBS 17 of North Carolina, the meteorologist, amid the serious devastation in Texas, where 27 girls are gone missing during a flood of unprecedented magnitude. Taking serious the risk of tropical storm Chantal entering the North Carolina region, with tornado warnings even from my prison location. Being very generous to show the weather map while giving a lecture on what was going on, plus a small box window of the WNBA game. That meant a lot since we don't get many televised games, and the previous televised game last week between Sky versus Spark with the Candace Parker jersey retirement was impacted by audio and video distortion. Congregate prison settings don't have the new platforms that the WNBA has been relying on, so we're limited. That said, with this sacrifice we're willing to make, and I also had no choice, we hope that the WNBA will start paying these ladies better, as Unrivaled did in its first season. Now, during the game, they showed an emotional Skylar Diggins-Smith of the Storm defending her friend Nike Azumatag. The defense having to do with Nike being an MVP and Rookie of the Year, among other things. She's a hooper. The only reason I did not speak up for Nike nor Skylar Diggins for the All-Star game was because I knew they both were going to get those or be very close. So I chose to support a player I like that is an unsung she-pointer, a heroine of the game. So look, the All-Star game is taking 3 out of 5 Storm starters, Gabby Williams, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and Nika Dumagay. I think we all know who she is. She's great. Of Nika beyond her skill. Well, here's where my friendship exists. This is why I like the WNBA. Thanks to the China Robinson interview last season, we all learned that Nika can cook. She's a foodie. Gotta love a lady who can eat and cook. Beyond that, why should I add new words to the argument when Nika, well, more so her sister? You may know that her sister is well known, but this is about Nika. In the words of her own sister, woof. On loan from AngelReach.com, this is the Pound Puppy of the Pug, Cali Joe. And I'll see you all at the All-Star game. And Nika, please occupy or hide the logo of the paving park. This is Cali Joe. Are you listening?